to y'all who defended the U.S. military on this. Because your argument is going to be, if I'm a U.S. service member and my job is to patrol outside of the military base, and I got to identify people I think are soldiers, if he doesn't show me his ID, how do I know he's not a soldier trying to get around and circumvent the system and cause trouble? That's kind of the problem, right? That is the issue in itself. And you mitigate that by having a Japanese authority with you. It should be a joint venture anyway. You shouldn't be out there patrolling alone, because if you're patrolling alone, only thing you're depending on is basically racially identifying somebody and saying, hey, you look like a military person. Like, what if that would have been a person from another country? Of course, maybe the accent would have tipped you off. What if there's Canadian? Are you still going to ask them to show their ID? Like, if I was a Canadian in Okinawa, not even a U.S. citizen, but I have a U.S. accent, or I look American, and you ask me to show my ID, do I have the right to say no? Like, in general, if I was a soldier, I have a right to say no. The question isn't if those soldiers have a right to ask for the ID. They can ask, but even if you're a soldier outside of base, you have the right to say no. And that should be respected. Neener, you should have enough discipline and restraint not to attack that civilian or that soldier or whoever it is outside of the base, because that's going to make the U.S. military look bad. And that's all this is doing. It's making the U.S. military look bad. It's making us look like jackleg thugs who do whatever the we want to do. If you're in a foreign country, you obey that country's laws. Now, once again, it'd have been different if all this happened within the walls of that military base, but it did not. It happened outside of that military base. You defer to the country you're in's laws. You get their police department, right? Because if this happened to a Japanese citizen and they would have slammed them down, it'd have been an international incident. It'd have been an international incident, and oh boy, PR departments would have been scrambling. But it happened to a black guy in Okinawa who they thought was in the military, who wasn't. And everybody like, well, you should have just showed your ID. Why didn't you show your ID? I don't have to. That doesn't matter. You should have showed it. But I don't have to. And they were wrong to ask me that. That would have been an illegal request.
Extract the most viral 20-60-second clips with strong emotional hooks, punchy pacing, clear context, bold captions, and moments that trigger debate, shock, or curiosity. Prioritize clips with strong statements, jokes, arguments, or hot takes that will stop a viewer from scrolling on TikTok Reels Shorts.